They, of course, want to make sure they have all the water they need in their
Falcon 9
sound
is in
suppression
startup.
system for liftoff. Waiting for the go for
It's
launch
early on
call.
countdown. Go for launch.
And there's that go ahead. We are now 30 seconds away from the liftoff of the Falcon 9 here from historic pad 39A. Less than 20 seconds away from SpaceX taking the record from the space shuttle program with the most launches from this historic pad. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engine ignition and liftoff. Liftoff of the Falcon 9 rocket, cementing its place in history. Now, one more flight than all of the space shuttles in the entire 30-year run. Falcon 9 has cleared the tower and the flags at the press site, soaring high above Florida's Space Coast. Let's listen to the roar of those 9 Merlin 1D engines. So far, all moving nominally with this Falcon flight, just a little more than a minute after liftoff. The call to Falcon is now traveling faster than the speed of sound, coming up on max Q, the point of greatest aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle. Good call out there. Coming up on a few different events in rapid succession. First will be first stage main engine cutoff, or MECO, at T plus 2 minutes and 26 seconds. That'll be followed by stage separation about 4 seconds later, and then second stage engine start, SES1. Some great views from our tracking team. This is from Pete Carson's Max Q Productions. This is from our friend Chuck Briggs. That call out, they are thermally conditioning the Merlin vacuum engine in preparation for its burn to begin. Now less than 20 seconds away from MECO. You see MECO,
Main engine
stage
cutoff.
separation, and SES1.
Stage separation confirmed.
And some great views from the onboard cameras, the Falcon 9's first and second stages. Payload fairings should be jettisoning. There you can see them falling away. See the same.
Separation confirmed.
And there's the view from the onboard cameras. The Starlink satellite's now exposed to the vacuum of space for the first time on this mission. Still a great view of the payload fairings from Pete Carson's tracking camera. Great tracking work here, Pete. Well done. And to the rest of our team as well, Adam and Chuck. And some nice daylight views from the Falcon 9's onboard cameras in both the first and the second stages. You see those little puffs and bursts from the
Those
Falcon
vehicles
9
are on a nominal trajectory.
from the Falcon 9 first stage. Those are the cold gas thrusters, helping to adjust the attitude of the Falcon 9 first stage. It begins to orient itself towards a landing on the drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas. Coming up in just about 4 minutes. Nice views of the Bahamas there, just off the edge of the Falcon 9 booster. Coming up on 5 minutes into flight. The next milestone we're looking at is the start of the first stage entry burn, which will begin at about 2 + 6 minutes and 9 seconds. It's a little bright here in the middle of the afternoon, so it may not be visible to our tracking cameras on the ground, but we'll try to get that in view if we can and bring you those images if we're able. Of course, we'll see them from the SpaceX onboard cameras, of course. But always nice to bring you a ground perspective if it's possible. Now less than 30 seconds from the start of that entry burn.
Both vehicles continue to follow a nominal trajectory.
Coming up on the start of that entry burn in just a few seconds in real time.
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
It doesn't look like our ground cameras can catch it, but here's the start of that entry burn from the onboard camera views. Burn lasting a little more than 20 seconds.
Stage 1 entry burn shutdown.
Here's the end of that entry burn.
Stage 2 FTS saved.
Next milestone coming up is the start of the landing burn just before the 8-minute mark. We're about a minute away from that taking place. Now less than 30 seconds away from the start of that landing burn, real time. The time you're looking for again is T
Stage
plus
1 transonic.
7 minutes and 55 seconds there on the SpaceX clock at the bottom of your screen.
Stage 1 landing burn.
Stage 2 is in terminal guidance.
Booster coming in for its third landing.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
And a good landing of that first stage booster.
Stage 1 landing confirmed. Back shutdown.
And with that call out, the Falcon 9 upper stage is going into that coast phase until about T plus 54 minutes, 13 seconds. And there will be a quick 2-second burn of that Merlin vacuum engine, setting up for the Starlink satellites to deploy at about T plus 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 22 seconds. And as I mentioned at liftoff, with this launch, historic milestone for SpaceX is now with its combined Falcon family of rockets, it has surpassed the total number of space shuttle missions that have lifted off from this historic launch pad. There were 82 shuttle flights. There have now been 83 Falcon missions. 74 using the Falcon 9 and 9 using the Falcon Heavy. With that, I want to thank just a few more folks for their support this afternoon as we're taking a look back now at the empty pad here at 39A. Want to give our appreciation to those who helped support our live coverage this afternoon before we go ahead and start to close things out. Our thanks to, just now noticing, my mom joining us back in the live chat, Mama Robinson. If you haven't already said hello to Mary, be sure to give her a shout out. Joining us from hopefully sunny California. Hey, Mom. Also, thanks to I Am Lita, one of our wonderful channel members, for a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Lita. Lita says, hello, Will and team. Glad to be here with my Spaceflight Now family. And we hope to see you back again here, Lita, for our coverage of the Starlink 8-2 mission coming up in less than 12 hours now. The Goated One Northeast gifting 10 Spaceflight Now memberships, actually 20 in total. Just see gifted another 10 just recently. Really appreciate that, Goated. And to our 20 newest channel members, welcome aboard. We're glad to have you with us. Be sure to thank the Goated One in the live chat if you happen to receive membership from him. Our thanks as well to Walter Garbarzik. Hope I didn't just completely butcher that, Walter, but thank you so much for your support through channel membership as well as the super chat here. Thanks to another one of our wonderful channel members, Mel Roberts Harold, saying, watching from the comfort of my favorite chair here at home in Chicagoland. Hopefully I'll get back to Coco soon. So much more fun watching from the backyard with the grandpups. It's always lovely to see you launch in person, but I have a fond place in my heart for the Chicagoland area as a Northwestern alum. So I'm sure you had a lovely time watching it from your vantage point. And then finally, want to welcome Justin Devin Peck joining us the channel membership at the pad leader level. Welcome aboard, Justin. We're glad to have you with us. And with that, let's go ahead and begin to close out our show as we always do by checking out the mission stats as they currently stand now that we've had a good liftoff and landing of the Falcon 9 rocket. This was the third flight of this particular booster, still pretty young, lots of missions still ahead of it. It's actually 1083, not 1069, just a little typo there. This was the 332nd Falcon 9 launch to date, the 47th Falcon 9 of 2024. This was SpaceX's 275th Falcon booster reflight, with the launch of a booster that has flown at least once before. This was SpaceX's 48th launch of 2024, including the third integrated flight test of its Starship rocket. In fact, just earlier today, they did a static fire test of Ship 30 as they await the approval from the FAA to launch flight test number 4 down in southern Texas. This is SpaceX's 114th